Get on board the management of Quess Corp. That is Ravi Vishwanath, who is a group CFO at Quess Corp. Good morning, Mr. Vishwanath. Thank you for joining us on ET Now. Let us talk about the recent acquisition and walk us through the contours of the deal. And that is what I'm talking about, is that the Quess Corp has bought 30% of Conneqt Business Solutions. The stake now is increased to 100%. So how much have you paid for this additional 30% stake buy? And also, could you take us through what this acquisition will actually bring to the table for the company?
Sure. We entered into an agreement with the Tatas way back in 2017 to acquire the Tata Business Solutions, which was completely owned by the Tatas. And as part of the deal, over the years, we had increased our stake up to 70%, and the balance 30% was still with the Tatas. And we'd also used Conneqt as the vehicle for our acquisition of Allsec Technologies as well. So as part of the deal, Tata had a put option, which they kind of exercised, and we've now completed the transaction by paying 208 crores for the balance 30% stake, which the Tatas held. With this acquisition, with this payout, Quess is today a 100% subsidiary of, Conneqt is a 100% subsidiary of Quess Corp currently.
Right. So what is the benefit that you get from this? You have acquired the balance 30%. Can you just now tell us it will be a 100% subsidiary, so numbers will be merged? What will be the earnings impact of the overall money that you've paid?
So Quess has actually performed. Conneqt has performed exceedingly well over the last couple of years. It's been one of the fastest business to recover during the pandemic itself. The EBITDA margins of Conneqt is at a fairly healthy margin right now as we speak. And between Conneqt and Allsec, which is a subsidiary of Conneqt, we would be having. The total valuation multiple roughly translates to about a very attractive 4x of the EV/EBITDA for us. So overall, I think it will be cash accretive, it will be EBITDA accretive, and more than that, I think strategically it offers us kind of a springboard for us to develop our technology business and kind of take it pan-India. I think the combination of HR outsourcing through Allsec and the collections and other businesses through Conneqt gives us a great platform to launch this business on an all-India basis and even take it internationally.
So can you also just talk about the environment around, especially considering the surge in COVID cases? What has been the impact of the so-called mini state or sector-wise lockdown that you've seen so far? What is the sense that you get when you talk to your clients?
I'm talking about specific with regard to Quess and not with regard to Conneqt. Up until last week, we have not seen any impact of the current slowdown or the of the current situation. Even if you go back a year ago, the impact was actually seen not immediately in Q1 of last year, but during the later part. It was more during June, July was when the impact was felt. The reaction, the knee-jerk reactions you see of people going back, etc., are more with the people employed in the unorganized sector and the informal sector, and not so much with the formal sector that we actually are a part of. So we would expect that the current situation would pass quickly, and anything that you see would be more like a blip, and we would be able to bounce back quite strongly. We started the year on 1st April on a rather strong note, with our numbers almost back to pre-COVID levels, and our quarter one was also looking pretty good. I'm not saying that we would probably be pulling down our quarter one forecast, but as we speak, I think it continues to be good, but we are waiting and watching to see what our clients are doing at this stage right now.
Let's talk about the outlook on the large-scale job losses. What could this localized lockdown actually mean in terms of overall job scenario? You can see a lot of localized lockdowns coming in, some states going in for weekend curfew as well. So what sort of impact will that have on the job market?
Like I said, I don't think the kind of jobs that we cater to would be impacted significantly. It's more the daily wages and the unorganized sector people who are the ones who are likely to be impacted. See, these kind of lockdowns are not long-term in nature. I mean, they're more like evening lockdowns, weekend lockdowns. You still need people to work during the week. You still need people to work during the day. And that's where I think we will have to come up with something interesting and something attractive for our clients as well, which we will do. But I don't think this kind of lockdown would impact our businesses significantly at all, actually. On the contrary, what we believe is things like these would propel the informal sector to move to the formal sector, because that's where there's a certain level of job security for these employees.
And lastly, could you tell us about the total headcount for the company at the end of Q4, and also which are the specific sectors that have actually seen a pickup and those which have actually seen demobilization of employees?
We're currently in a silent period. I'm not going to talk specifically about numbers right now, but all I can tell you is that we are almost at our pre-COVID levels of our headcount as at March 31. So that should give you an indicator that, yes, we have bounced back quite strongly from Q2 onwards. From the later part of Q2, we've kind of bounced back strongly, and Q4 has been a particularly strong quarter for us. So, so that should give you an indicator that hiring was actually back. The sectors that we are seeing hiring coming back strongly are e-commerce, BFSI, telecom, and manufacturing. There are certain sectors, I mean, like especially for a company like Quess, the facility management business and the security services, etc., which depend largely on offices reopening, are still a bit subdued at this point of time. But we do believe that FY22 offices would, I mean, with the current levels of vaccinations and stuff like that going around, we do think that offices will reopen soon, and we will be able to get those businesses also back on track.